where I live. It hasn't really happened. But it's been about an hour and a half since I got told that, so I've just decided to start. So there's a really good chance, everyone, that the power might just go off and the stream will just cut off, which I mean, we just have to deal with it if it happens. But yeah, I was really hoping to get started at 12:30 as usual, so I feel like an hour and a half's enough time to give it if it's gonna go or not, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, just off we go. We're just gonna be grinding, so yeah, well, I mean, I've missed a few games to get in, but we do have a lot of games to play, so yeah. So yeah, if I do just cut off, it's just because the power's gone. It's just supposed to be like just a really quick power cut off, and then it'll come back on in like the generator. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not ideal to have that like looming. But yeah, it is what it is. So firstly, I just want to say, if you are watching on the stream or you're watching it as a recording, please do drop a like on the video. It helps me out loads. If you are watching in not live, please drop a comment as well. Again, just people interacting with the stream and the videos just boosts it to other people and stuff. So yeah. And again, if you do happen to have Twitch or Kick accounts and you're watching on YouTube, the links are in the description. Please do go follow me over on Kick and Twitch if you happen to have accounts there. We're just very, very close for me to be able to be applying for affiliation, so for both of those. So yeah, please do if you have accounts there. I thought I'd just say all that stuff like right at the start of the stream, just so if you are watching the recordings, call to actions, isn't it? They're really good, so they are very beneficial. So yeah, apologies to go on about it every single day, but it just really does help me out, so I kind of have to. So yeah, just back in the day then. As I say, hopefully we don't get the power cut out, but if we do, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it. Yeah, it feels a little bit weird starting at this time. I think we're still going to call this. Interesting. They should have quite a few ace X here, but we are going to continue for one. It's a pretty good turn for us. What size would we want to bet? I mean, I'm going to have a lot of Jack X when I call here, so I guess we just go polarized. I'd be interested if they had a jack there, to be honest. Like, we do heavily block jacks. I'd be interested. Already starting off not making any sense. This is good stuff. Anyway, I hope everyone's alright. Let me know how you've been getting on with the grind, if you've been grinding as well. Hopefully better than I have this entire month. I won't complain. Well, I mean, I will probably end up complaining a lot today. You know me. I'm I'm trying not to, but I'm trying to just laugh everything off, you know. But it has been pretty tough. So it looks like online Super Series is all finished now. We've got one WCOOP event today, which is the $33 Super Tuesday. So we've got that to get stuck into. Yeah, unfortunately, I have missed a few of the earlier tournaments that I like to play, but it is what it is. Some days, some things are just out of your control, so I can't get too mad about that. But yeah, it looks like all the series have pretty much finished, haven't they? Apart from what you call it, PokerStars. So all of our regular things back to play. To be honest, I kind of like getting back to the regular schedules for the other tournament, for the other websites. Yeah, I'm getting that weird Poker King issue again today, so might not be able to show you loads of that. You know what? I feel like they've taken off the. It looks as though they've taken off the $22 6 max PKO. That happens at 4 o'clock. Range advantage, bigger bets. Also, gives you quite a lot of information. They've either got a strong king, which we block, or an ace if they're calling this, or like, I don't know, just because like there's not really many draws, and we also block some of the draws. So we will check. And then if they fire at us, I think we can just fold. Just feel like when I bet half here and then they lead this size, like it just feels like an ace. Like I don't really see what else they're going to be firing there, you know? So I don't need to think about it. Thanks, Jack. Yeah, as I say, slight chance. Well, I don't know. There is a chance that the power will just cut off, but really do need to start playing really. So it is just what it is. If that happens, I think fortunately I'm not going to be like. There's no tournaments that I'm going to be critically deep in or anything, is there, at this sort of time? So if we do have to miss a couple of hands, it's just like I've gone to have a diarrhea or something, isn't it? What do I even come out with, man? It's like a hypothetical diarrhea situation, you know? It's a hypothetical diarrhea situation. So they made it 3.5 pre-flop, which again, you know, always is slightly concerning. And then the bit in half, which makes sense. That makes sense for me to call. Then they check back after polarizing flop, which could just mean full of shit. Do we bluff our misdraw here? I mean, we could potentially get some queen x to fold. We're not going to get any ace x to fold. But I could have like some ace 6, ace 9, ace deuce. We would want to bet this sort of size here. I feel like this stack depth, when they do check back, they do cap themselves, which is really weird to see that them jamming now. Like it's definitely an odd move overall. But you know what? It could just be like they've rivered a set of deuces or something. You know, like it's very plausible of a line. Obviously, I'm not going to call. It's definitely odd though when they sort of check back at that stack depth. Like you'd think they'd want to keep blasting, but fair enough. Whatever. So we're probably going to squeeze this one, I think. Interesting. I mean, we're going to start off with a range bet. It feels like something we're going to range bet quite a lot here. And they call, which is something. It's a weird stack size, really. Like in a sense, like want to jam. But I think even if I had like ace king here or something, I probably would check. I don't really need to just blast it in right now. So it'd be interesting to see what they do when to this. I mean, it's a bit of a tough one because I mean, like, I'm gonna have loads of full houses. I can have lots of straights as well here. But then I'm gonna have a hand like mine, which is just never gonna win. But do we just have to jam? I feel like we just have to jam, to be honest. Good. I mean, you know, they could have something like pocket 8s, pocket 7s that did just come along once. I mean, I did play it like how I would probably play a full house. But yeah, I just hope I'm not in like a situation like this and then the power goes off. It's gonna be... So they should jam like loads of diamond stuff, like King Queen of Diamonds, King Jack of Diamonds be a pretty good one for them to rip in. Ace Jack of Diamonds, Ace King Diamonds. We just go for big bets though on those sorts of boards. We want to give them like not the best price in the world for a flush draw as well. Spurs them on to get it in. We also don't have diamonds in our hand, which you know, like if we had aces with a diamond there, pretty much, you know, we could check that one back. They've just added the $22, but they've changed it to a 5k guaranteed mystery bounty. But I mean, at the end of the day, if the schedule is back to normal, I'm actually happy to play that mystery bounty, the $22 one, because the field size should be relatively small compared. So yeah, definitely fine with mystery bounties when the field sizes are smaller. The big one's just a bit boring, really. Like if you got the big score, then yeah, obviously that's very fun. But you know. So this one with the diamonds, we're probably going to bet. If we pick up diamonds on the turn, we're going to carry on betting. Yeah. It's a pretty nice turn card for us, really. I guess we call versus this. And we whiff it. So this one we've bet all the way. We bet small on the flop. We then bet a little bit bigger, like 40% on the turn. We are just going to jam this. If they've got hearts, fair play to them. I kind of hope they've just got like ace 8 or something. So yeah, team, trying to keep it cool, calm, and collected today. We need to embrace the variance. Embrace it. Lovely. 20 big blind effective. Into pocket kings. How we want to start the day. So we've checked called twice. And I kinda hope they check this back. So it's a king or nothing. I don't know why they wouldn't go for all of it. Hearts of Mist. I think it's one of them we have to call sometimes and not call other times. I feel like calling when we don't have any hearts is alright. And then yeah, I think calling when we don't have hearts is probably the way I need to go about it. Because we don't block any missed heart draws or whatever. Do let me know your thoughts though. Maybe that size was because they had the kings. They didn't want to look like they were going greedy. I don't know. God, I'm so glad Poker King works the way it does with this weird issue that I have. Because I thought I was just... I've literally sat there with pocket queens and that thing happened. You know what? I think I've got enough equity here just to rip. I've got a double gut shot. Nice. Proven right there. Proven right. That Jack 9 diamonds hand, by the way, it was a limped pot. I wouldn't usually flat Jack 9, I don't think, when the whatever the setup was, if they were to have raised. But it was just a limped pot, so, you know, definitely going to come along. This feels like a board that I want to bet a bit bigger on. These two pretty nicely connected for this range. We're going to call, and then we just got to see what the turn brings us. It's not great, so 10-8's just got there, 5-8's just got there. No clubs though. We don't block clubs either, so I think we do come along for one more. I mean, clubs haven't got there. 10-8, that beats us. 5-8 beats us. 9-7. There's a lot of stuff that beats us here, really. But again, we don't block the clubs. So we have to call this time because we don't block the clubs. They are a capable player. I think just because of the no club element. Nice. Jack 10 offsuit. Oh yeah, that one. Wow, why did that one not even come into my radar? Jack 10 offsuit also. Sorry about that, everyone. So, yeah, my worst theory. Oh, as if, man, come on. I don't want any of this today, please. Fucking hell. Yeah, so the worst case scenario is that it sounds as though the power hasn't gone off yet, but the electrician that's doing it is being a bit of a prat. So he's not really able to say when it's happening or not. So, yeah, at some point, everyone, the power will just go off. So I do apologise in advance. Not much I can do about it. But I do need to play some poker, don't I? So I can't just be waiting all the time. So yeah, it is what it is. That is a nice pot for us. So yeah, apologies in advance, everyone, but you know, what can I do? Again, just really hoping I'm not in like an ultra spot where the power goes and it's the worst case scenario. Oh my god, can you just give me 1 second? Oh my god, are you serious? I literally just 1 second of time. Let me just jam this in then, because I've got like such a value hand. Oh my god, thank you. Right, apparently the power's gonna go off in like a second, everyone, so I'll see you very shortly. I just cracked aces though with a queen jack. That's why I was just like, can you just hold on 1 second, because I cannot lose the power when I'm in a 4-bet pot with 3 of a kind. How intense. Don't really know what to do, like. But yeah, good news, everyone. Once his power does go off, that is it. Yeah, just feel like I can't really just get into my sort of like groove or anything until this happens. So, do I just like sit out of all my games or something like that? Definitely not the best though, is it? Getting told like 2 hours ago that the power is gonna go off. Me just twiddling my thumbs for 2 hours. Like, did some study, everyone. I did do some study, but basically just twiddling my thumbs. I kind of just don't want to be given any hands to play, to be honest. I am getting a couple hands to play. So yeah, I will get to my old chatty self once this happens. But yeah, this is what it's like. I'm getting like the same levels as when I get like anxiety, like just that like sense of something. What is it? Looming sense of dread or whatever it's called. And I get very quiet. It's like I can't really think about anything else apart from the situation that might happen very shortly. But they've just said that it's literally going to go off and it's not got off yet. So I don't get it. I don't get it. So we're in a 3-bet pot. We check called. And I led the turn because I don't want them to check back. Jam river. Doing everything very quick because I don't want the power to go off. Aces with the ace of clubs. Go on. Aces with the ace of clubs. You've got to call me. I'm bluffing. I'm bluffing all day, every day. Oh, I have a set of 7s or something. Call me. Nice pot though. Very nice. Oh god, stop giving me like decent hands in the 22. I mean, at least the best thing about having hands in PokerStars is I can just log on to my phone and play for like a second if the power does go. I even want to call, like, do I actually want to call? If I hit a 9, like 7-8, 7-8. Every single time, though, there's a 6 on the board when I've got 9s. And then there's always a 9 when I've got 6s. We'll check back King 8. Strong enough for me. I don't even know if we continue it, to be honest. Crumb diddles. Crummy diddles. Yeah, sorry about the just the general vibe right now. We'll get into the groove. I'm just absolutely in anticipation of this power cut. We will call. Oh, jam, quick. What have I done in the world? How do I just always get it in so good and lose, man? Who have I hurt in life? I don't think I've hurt anyone in life. Why am I getting this bad karma? What did he have on the turn there? What did he actually have percentage-wise? Fuck, it's an 81% to me. 81% to me. So I'm going to lose... Well, almost 82 actually. It's 82% to me, basically. They've got 18.2%. Do we rip this? Let's see what they called with there. What? Why the fuck, man? Do you have Queen 8 offsuit there? These fuckers, man. Oh my god, we've just absolutely 4-bet ripped and got called by... We called 4-bet ripped, called off by 10s for like 80 something bigs, which I think is a pretty good result. Fucking hell, I need the looming sense of a power cut all day. It just makes me play super aggro, doesn't it? .2%. They just bloody get there on that river, man. It's... Right, Dan. It's, I mean, I just won that. Overpair versus overpair. I guess that's fine, isn't it? It's fine. What is going on? I don't get it. How can you be told like multiple times that there's going to be a power cut and then it's just not happening? I don't think I've ever wanted a power cut so much in my entire life. What is going on? So yeah, deuces, very good for them. What deuces do we actually have? I've got like king deuce, ace deuce, queen deuce, jack deuce, potentially 10 deuce, but they're all suited variants when they can have... God, they're quite... I mean, they've got all variants of like suited deuce X compared. Offsuit deuces, they've got 4 deuce. I don't know really people call 3 deuce off. But you never know. You never ever know. So check through. We're going to overbet and overbet, I think. We're choosing to overbet because I think we have a range advantage there of 2 pairs. Not straights or anything, but 2 pairs and shit. I think we get to blast that one. I think so. Queen 3, I guess we'll raise. Not my favourite candidate in the world. I guess I'm going to have to join back into the kickoff. I was just holding it off. After I busted the kickoff, I was like holding off, jumping back in it. Because I didn't want to be blinding out, you see. But, yeah, I guess we're just in it. This is a spot as well. Don't let the power go. At least just get round to me so I can rip it in when they jam. At least do that for me. They don't. Well, we're gonna raise this one big-ish. I think they're just gonna be full of shit. We do have to check back quite a lot. God, he's a little fucker, this guy. I just don't believe. I don't believe, but it's just too high variance, isn't it? Even if they've got 1 heart, the way I've been running, we're just not gonna call. Like, the way I've been running, you know, everyone, it's putting me off. Hey Ramsey, but just so you know, on Kick, I don't actually think, unfortunately, the commands work. So what I'll do is I'll pop it up for you here, mate. Just give me 1 second. There you are. It should pop up for you there now, mate. For some reason, Kick's algorithm is just different to Twitch and YouTube. Kick just seems to be a bit of an outlier that my OBS software and Streamlabs doesn't fully like for some reason, so I'm not completely sure how to integrate it there, but hope that helps you out. Just to go slightly into it, if you are, you know, somewhat serious about your poker and you want to step it up a bit and you want to apply to go for being backed by a company, standard backing I would highly recommend. That's who I play for. They pay everything for me and we split all the profits 50-50. You get lots of coaching. You get a community to share hands with, just discuss poker with in general. So yeah, just all of it really. It's just a good time. It's It's a good thing to be a part of, I think, if you're going to up your poker game. Like, I'm running bad at the moment, but like it's one of those, really. It's like I'm running bad, but the good thing about it is, like, it's not my money, so it's not like I'm having to balance like life accounts and poker bankroll sort of stuff. It really helps out. Some people don't like it, some people do, but I just can't fault it. It's definitely the thing for me. But yeah, if you do go through with my link there and use my application and stuff, the referral, you do get a fast-tracked application, so it will just get processed quicker. But yeah, I do get a kickback if you do actually get signed up and stuff. I end up getting about $100, I think it is, if you do get accepted and stuff. I think you get something as well. I still keep forgetting to check that every day, but yeah, I do remember them saying that you do get something as well as a bonus. But yeah, it's definitely an incentive for me to get people playing for standard backing. But again, as I say, like, I was a slightly winning, well, I mean, I was winning like micro stakes grinder, and now I'm like a winning, not this month, but I am a winning micro low, and I don't think I've got a big enough sample size to say I'm a winning mid stakes player yet. Lord knows I've had pretty bad variance when it comes to the mid stakes stuff, but I feel like I hold my own. What is actually going on? Like, this is such a horrible experience. Waiting for potentially a power cut that I've just been told twice now that's like imminent, and it still hasn't happened. Like, what the actual fuck? Maybe they're being nice and waiting until the 5-minute break. That'd be pretty handy. Well, yeah, it looks like we're going on break, team, so I will be back in a few minutes. Again, if the stream does cut off at any point, please do find me again. It is just going to be a really quick power cut that we're going to reconnect and stuff. So if that does happen, I will be back on in about like 10 minutes time or whatever, you know. But I'm just going to go get myself a green tea, and yeah. Maybe even put food on now? Do I put food on? Oh dear. Anyway, see you very soon, everyone. Hopefully we don't get... I mean, I kind of do hope we get cut off now. Probably the best time to get cut off, but... Anyway, see you very shortly. What is up, everybody? The power still hasn't gone off then. Honestly, do not know what to do. Can it just get over and done with, please? Guess we just jam. We could check or jam. I guess just jamming's fine. Put stuff like, what, like 6s, 9, even 9's gonna be like, God. Like queen, king, queen, ace, jack, all that stuff. Like, I mean, we block, you know, we block a lot of stuff that would want to continue. Unless they've got a pocket pair. Don't know if that's the best move or not. 6s. I don't know why that's just not a snap. I just don't know why that's not a snap. You've got an open ender and a pair. SPR is like 1. I mean, yeah, you're going to walk into some better stuff sometimes. But I also don't get why you just don't rip that in pre. Feels like a hand that you want to rip in pre, but cool. I think that's fine. I'm just going to look that one up. I think it's absolutely fine to do what I did there, but ace king, raise, bet, bet. Holder manager is a little bit annoying with that live feed. Yeah, I mean, it does like it. We lost 17,000 chips, but it says we make 18,000 on average. So, pretty fine with that play. Get raised here. What? What could you even raise here? I mean, I'm gonna fold, but I just don't really get what you raise. Some like 6x that you flattered from under the gun +1. Spade draws. Call them off, mate. Let me see. Really intrigued. Really intrigued. They check raise. God, what an odd line. A very odd line, more to a just like there's nothing there makes any sense to me. Because why would you ever do that with a flush draw? Multi-way on a board. I'm very, very confused by it. Do we lead this? We still get called by a king. We kind of value owing ourselves if we get called by a king, because it's probably going to be a better king than ours. Probably would bet a 10 bigger. I don't think my specific king X wants to bet here. Can't imagine any reason as to why they would check back a 10 here, though. Not at this stack depth. You feel like you'd be wanting to pile money in. Nah, I'm just gonna fold, I think. Flat if everyone's limping. If everyone's limping, I'm limping too. Bada blah blah blah. God. Hold it. Phenomenal stuff. What am I doing? Putting auto fold on Dan. Get in the game, mates. It's like I can't be in the game. It's so intense, having this looming sense that the power's just gonna go off at any moment. How do you ever focus? You will limp. I will limp range. I'll fold if they're not getting in the mix. So I actually went for a C-bet on this board. We'll check this one back now. And we can comfortably just call a stab if they want to stab. Who the fuck, man? What are you calling? I mean, I know I made it a third, but fuck me. Like, you've got no backdoors. You've got one under and one over with your ace. Seems pretty loose. Does seem pretty loose. I don't know. Like, yeah, we're hoping to trap, especially this player. I feel like they're just gonna limp jam. They just seem like the person that's gonna do that, don't they? They're one of those, aren't they? Oh my god. Do not let the power go. Quick. I'm gonna call regardless, quick. Can we hold, please? Can we hold, please? Yes. That's what has to happen, though. I have to cover their flush draws with a better flush draw. Because if not, they're a big nut. Oh my goodness, we're going after one here as well, like. Let's go for it. A 6 for me. Hold it. Pretty funny how I just called that. Right, maybe today's my day, team. Maybe today is the day. I'm gonna claw some of this $5 hole that I'm in out. We're probably not going to grind it all out from this one, though. You normally win about $700 if you win this one. But yeah, as I say, everyone, we've just got the Super Tuesday, really, today. 2 entries to it, $33, 125k guarantee. Seems pretty reasonable. Maybe it's our last hurrah, eh? We're gonna run like God, run pure. Sorry, I should stop whistling. I try to stop because I know it can be a bit annoying whistling all the time. But it's a good stem. It is a good stem. Over on Party Poker, I think we're going to be rejamming here. Starting stack 50k, they've got 20k, we've got a pair, we're gonna go in with it, because that's what we do, team. The worst pair to get in with, but it's a pair. We're flipping. Hold it for me. Hold it. King Kongs. All day long I've got King Kong. Oh, that's not the right table, man. God, really pie poker. King Kong. King Kong. I can't deal with it. Playing cards like this. I can't deal with it. Someone call me. I've got 3.2 biggies. There we go. No ace. Don't do it. Nice. Oh, it's been kind to us. Queens as well. You are too kind. Queens? Queens, you say? Come on. Call me. Come on. Do it. How do you not call me? That's starting off alright. That's turned pretty good. Oh my god, team, I'm actually holding when I call off blind versus blind as well when someone jams over me for 10 bigs. I'm actually holding today. I thought this was going to happen, you know, team. Like, you know, you might call me wishy-washy, woo-woo, hippy-dippy, shut-up Dan sort of thing. But I felt like with the month changing into October, we were going to experience something different. And I think, unfortunately, this last month of September has just not been where the stars have aligned. So I think this month of October we might actually be on for a good one. Just wish that was WCOOP month, you know. But 'tis what it is. Is this actually for real? It's been like almost an hour since they told us we were gonna have this power cut, and it hasn't happened yet. I'm like livid by it, you know. I'm actually livid that I'm just having to be in this mode. It's like I can't fully focus, you know. You must know what I mean. It's like, do I jump into these tournaments that are gonna start soon? Like, you know what I mean? It's made me feel weird though, I'll tell you that. Definitely in a weird old zone. I'm like, you should see how I'm sat in my chair as well. I'm like halfway down it. Like, this is actually me sitting up. Like, I'm just sitting like such a weirdo. Right, so our range has a lot of this in it. So we don't actually, I mean, we can bet it big if we want to. If we do, but they are under the gun. So we don't really want to be ripping stuff. But we do want to represent our range. Now I believe the nut advantage has altered to us, so we are going to bet this quite substantially. Oh, we've set up a good jam of the river. Let's do this. Call me off with aces, mate. Call me off with aces, mate. Call me off with aces, mate. This fucking does one. We busted the $4.40. I had ace queen. I don't really know what I lost to, but I had ace queen. To be honest though, like, let's have a look at the board. You know what? It's a tough one to fold aces on there, especially when you don't have a spade as well. Pretty tough one to fold. Unknowing to them though, I do bluff, and I do bluff a lot. Maybe too much. Like, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because I remember hearing Spraggy once say that, like, you can actually bluff way more in lower stakes. But you just have to find the actual people that you can do that to. Like, and it's quite an expensive lesson, isn't it? When you don't find the right person. Because you just bluff it all off. Like, I have to bluff against regs sometimes, but... you know, regs understand as well. So here we just made the flat with ace jack. Do we want to bet here? I feel like we do actually want to bet here. Super small. My reasoning for it is just because it's 5-way. Someone could easily have like queen 10 here. Someone can easily have a worse jack. I really doubt someone's got pocket nines though. Apart from them, the original Razor, no one 3-bet or anything. They could have pocket nines. 10-8 suited. Are they going to be calling 10-8 suited when I've called, they've called, they've got? They could have 10-8 suited. It'd have to be suited though. I mean, they could have all offsuit variants as well. That is very true. But I just don't think I just don't think. Whoa, I just don't think I'm going to check though, especially when clubs come into the frame. You see, 10-8 suited from them is possible. That is possible. I mean, I'd absolutely hate a raise. Oh god, it's gonna be King Jack. Someone's gonna have King Jack. Someone's gonna bloody have King Jack. I'm gonna have to jam it in anyway. No, someone can have Queen 10 as well now. Oh, is it thin? Is it thin? Do we just check like an absolute wimp? Or do I just go for it? God, I'm just gonna have to go for it, aren't I? Rip it in. Someone's got there with Queen 10. I rate it anyway, it's fair play. Oh, you are such a fuck. It's so annoying. God, for them that's like the combo as well that's gonna continue, isn't it? It's like the one combination, I think. Like, do they ever continue with Queen 10? Let's have a look on that one. Did he really ever continue on Queen without the Queen 10 of clubs? Do you think? That is so annoying, man. God, I did say I thought it was thin, but there really is, for them, only 4 combinations of that hand, so... What a stinker. What an absolute stinker. God, they really, really would only I feel like they're gonna find a fold with, like, some of the other combinations, but they have to have Queen 10 of clubs. That's so sick. Well, find a incredibly niche combination of a hand to lose to, and your boy DW will find a way to lose to it. Just after me going on about October being a different month filled with good variance and joy. Good variance and joy of one and all. Yeah, would you say it's anxiety that I've got right now? The fact that I feel as though the power's gonna go off. So I think this is a check raisable hand. I'm gonna have lots of 2 pairs. I feel like check raising this is pretty nice. There's a lot of turn cards that can come that we like. I think the downside to check raising when someone's shorter and they're betting into you though is we're gonna encounter this a lot, which does get rid of some of that equity. But are we that arsed? It's quite backdoory, isn't it? So, but they've clicked. So how can I fold when they click, man? I just don't know how I fold when they click, like ever. If they jam, I'm not going to call though, just so you know. Doesn't seem sensible. If that was, I was going to say if that was the 9 of hearts, like what world am I living in? If that was the 10 of hearts, we would be snapping this right off, which I think makes the calling there click good. But again, I think I feel like a lot of people are watching high stakes ICM final tables and trying to add that shit into their game, which, you know, it's good to watch high stakes final tables to see how they do stuff. But that is ICM, and this isn't really an ICM-y area. Like, I mean, it is sort of, but it's not like intense ICM where clicking's gonna get me to fold Queen 9 suited there. You know what I mean? Like, it's yeah, it's interesting because I think like when someone clicks, most of the time they're gonna need to be strong, like pretty strong, like aces or something. But like, even if I thought I was up against aces, I've actually got decent amount of equity if I call and heart comes, straight draw comes against aces, especially for more than starting bounty and all that. So yeah, I don't really like this whole, like, I can't imagine if I looked that spot up that clicking would ever be a thing in their position at this stage of the tournament, this stat depth. I just can't imagine. But you know, as I always say, everyone, it could be a mistake on my part, not thinking correct. You think we have to check ace jack there, Jack? Fuck. Too greedy, man. I'm just too bloody greedy. Why? What's your reasoning, Jack? Go on. You've got to tell me your reasons. This is where the power's gonna go off, isn't it? How am I in a 4-bet pot with 2 people right now? No one can have 8s here, can they? How can anyone have 8s here? How can anyone have 8s here? How can anyone have an 8? If they've got an 8, I'm just going to leave. You've got pocket 3s, pocket 10s. Oh my god, it's so... Oh my god, man. It's a 4-bet fucking pot, man. Unbelievable. Still not happening for us, is it? What was that? A 600 big blind pot? You just got pocket fucking 3s in a 4-bet pot. Like... when I've 4-bet from under the gun, you're just gonna rip it in on it. 2-8-8 when I've just... What on earth are people doing, man? You're gonna bink a fucking 10 on the river on this turn as well. It's just unbelievable, man. Just straight out of the eliminator. See, I think that's what tilts me the most, is the fact that I only get 1 entry to the eliminator. So I just get that, and now I'm like, oh, well, that's done for the day then, isn't it? Like, cool. Like, when I could just easily re-register for 200 bigs there. Unbelievable. Some people, aren't they? Something's against me. Don't know what it is though. I just can't believe that's the situation I'm in. Just value owning myself. What cause is worse? Yeah, I know what you mean actually, Jack. Like Jack 10 maybe. Queen Jack. Very niche amount of stuff though, isn't it? But then also the combinations of hands that they can have is pretty slim as well. Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's that whole bloody, what do you call it though, isn't it? Bounty element. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the difference is. Like vanilla, I can see checking back. But when there's around roughly a pot-sized bet left, and you've got that hand, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, completely understand. Bear with me 1 second, everyone. We completely whiffed, didn't we? It's pretty close if it folds around to me. For exactly starting stack with the bounty. It's so close. One of those where probably will call. Queen. Queen. Just jams. 31 bigs. King Queen offsuits. Something. We lost a load of chips because we were in the big blind versus this player on a board of. Where was it? We were in the big blind. They were in the under the gun +1. 6-3-7, two-tone, two spades. Yeah. They checked back. We checked. They checked back. I B75 on the turn when it's a 2. They call. I then B75 again on the river when it's a board pairing 3. They just snapped me off with ace king. Just snapped me off with ace king. And I had 10-5, so I actually thought I had a pretty reasonable bluffy hand there. But, you know, I do play with them a lot. Got marked as a reg, so they, you know, they're going to have to make that call sometimes because it is definitely an over bluff spot. But really thought I had a reasonable candidate to get folds from them, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, King 10 offsuit. I think it's really close. Whether we want to call that for starting stacking a bounty, but you know, it's just one of them. In that specific instance, it absolutely looks cack because they have King Queen, but but you know, I didn't really expect him to have King Queen offsuit jamming for 30 bigs. Just jamming over 2 limps for 30 bigs. Yeah, as I say, not what I've like fully anticipated being up against. So I've pictured more something like 9s, 8s, 9s, something like a lower pocket pair that we're flipping against. So yeah, definitely caught me by surprise. I'm just ripping that, but also think it's absolutely fair. Now we have to go in tight mode. They squeezed, jammed from the big blind. Oh, we just binked that ace. Binked the offsuit ace as well. It's really horrible for them. They opened, we just made the flat. They jammed like 20 something bigs. Which, I think we just snapped that one right off with a suited ace. Nobody bluffs. Nobody bluffs. Yukihira 497. Hello, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Just to let you know, there is a slight chance, well, there should be a chance that at some point the power's going to go off. So please do come find me again if you, if we do get disconnected. But it hasn't happened yet, and I've been waiting for it to happen for what, 4 hours now? I've been told separate times it's happening imminently, but it hasn't. So I'm just on edge. I can't get into the flow of a game at all, really, which is pretty annoying for me. But what can you do? What can you actually do, eh? I cannot believe that eliminator hand, man. Who'd have... Calling a 4-bet out of position when someone else overcalls the 4... When someone calls the 4-bet and then overcalling with pocket 3s is wild. And then getting it in on that board as well is just... What the fuck? 10s I can, like, somewhat see, but what am I going to be wanting to get in there? Like... Horrendous, absolutely horrendous stuff. Alright team, just gonna make my food and I'll be back shortly. As I say, power might go off, it might not, who fucking knows today. Yeah, I'll be back very soon. Welcome back, everyone. You know the deal. Just eating my food, so I'll be a tiny bit quiet. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Yukihira. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, just to let you know, I think I said it earlier, but the $22 PKO that we normally jump into is a mystery bounty today on Party Poker, so we will jump into it, but we'll just jump into it later because we don't need to register that one from the start when it's a mystery. Alright, I think we're going to jam this. Ace-5 does alright against a few things that would call us anyway. I just feel like their range is going to be pretty wide when they've got these two in the blinds. So I feel like it makes a relatively fine jam. Obviously I don't want these to call or anything, but I do expect them to be a bit wider. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good hand to see. Just need to hold. Nice. Again, sorry for the slightly odd vibe today. It's literally because, figuratively, it's just because I am anticipating the power going off, which will be even though I'm anticipating it, will still be a shock. And then obviously like a few things to do to rectify it as well. It's just like every single hand when I, like right now in the 1650 on Poker King, I'm just sat here in the big blind with aces with 18 bigs, and I'm just like, fuck, please don't go off now. So it's just got me in the weirdest zone. Not sure if we range bet this one. I don't think so. I mean, ranges are very wide. You have to remember this when you're blind versus blind. But I do think their range is going to be a bit more condensed to higher cards. So maybe that made it better. But then they're probably going to float, aren't they? Blind versus blind. I'd have to bet big. And like, do I actually need to bet big with my specific combination? King high can be good sometimes. I feel like we're just gonna fold, to be honest. Oh my god, man. Look at that for a run out. Just lost all the all-ins I've called. Got pipped by one all-in. This is blind versus blind. Check through on the flop. I mean, I'm jamming this anyway, like regardless. We got king 10, fair play, mate. We've got 8s, so we lose for like 3 bigs. Can't really do much about that. Call me a void. Well, I think I want you to call me. Just don't have 10-8 or king 10. Be pretty grim. Just have queen jack. How do you fold queen jack, mate? Nine, 10. I think it makes a good bluff catcher, I think. I just feel like with some of these bluff catchers though, like I'm starting to think about it myself as well. I feel like most bluff catchers you want at least top pair. In like most situations. Just have top pair with a decent blocker of some kind. I mean, I rate it. I mean, it's blind versus blind though, isn't it? So I could just be blasting off weird, like I could have any sort of 5x, any 8x or whatever. Just gonna blast. So this one was multi-way with the big blind as well. It checked through. I checked. They then bet. They folded. I called. And it goes check, and I feel like we're pretty happy about that. I don't feel as though... I just feel it's weird to be betting your queen there, really. Like, I'm going to check, like, all my range, so I feel like you just want to try and get to showdown. Are they going to show me fully what they had? King, queen with the king of hearts. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to always have ace-x in my range either, am I? Not me. So we do have a cool mystery bounty on 888 today, a 10k guarantee, $16.50. So we'll be jumping into that one. You know how I feel about. You must know by now. Mystery bounties. I don't really like them. Just become a punty shit show, but we don't really mind them all that much on 888 and Party Poker because they're just not as many people playing them, so you do have a bit more of a chance of hitting one of the big ones and actually just having like a decent run in one. The big massive field ones, like, I just really don't care for, but I don't need to go into that again, do I? I think everyone knows my stance on them. God, what a combo draw to have 8-10 of clubs versus nut straight on the turn. Diabolical. Diabolical. We just raised this one and got it through with ace queen. $43 places paid. We're just going to be ripping nines here. Can't see what else we do, to be honest. Doesn't feel like a hand that I really want to 3-bet non-all in. At 20 bigs, feels like a jam. It's probably nice to have nines in there as jam to balance out like my lower pocket pairs, like threes and shit. Got King Jack, that'll be jamming in there as well. Lots of stuff that I'd be jamming at this stack depth versus this position as well. We do like this top. I like, out of all the vanillas that I played, this one I rate it a lot. Like, always feels relatively soft. I normally get knocked out by some like bullshit, which is weirdly like a good sign. Yeah, because it's going to be a bit soft. I think we do jam over the top here for is more than what the cash is right now. There's the jack we didn't want to see. Oh, you just fill up your full, if you fill it up as well, eh? Well, I think we did all right there, getting it in there. Result-wise, horrendous, but I think we did all right. We got it in with a flip and also dominating a pocket pair, which I think is pretty good. But yeah, still not fully on the flipping train then. We're not fully getting these good flips. You know, that'd have been quite a big one that would have set us right up there, wouldn't it? But it's not meant to be, is it? Just gotta get over it. Just a lot of these spots just not meant to be for me lately. But yeah, as I say, pretty happy going after that. Like, you know, I'm gonna walk into some other pocket pairs, but I'm also then gonna get like bigger pocket pairs. But I'm also gonna get called by ace jack suited there, and sometimes I'm actually gonna win the side pot, which is gonna be, you know, fine as well. Just not in that instance. So I know we do a lot of betting. I'm not actually sure what we do out of position. Betting just seems a bit odd, to be honest. If I was gonna bet, like, if I had a king, I wouldn't want to bet. If I had a king, I'd just want to check call. But like I said, again, it'll be interesting to see what they do. They bet small. We call. I mean, they can have some 8x. They can have lots of like pocket pairs as well that, you know, are beating us right now, but don't really expect them to have queens, for example. So a jack's probably pretty live. So now I'm really interested. What they check back? What have they actually checked back here? Oh, just 10-5 suited. Just 10-5 of clubs. They're flatting. 10-5 of clubs. Oh, real flopper. Nice to be on the right side of one of them. What a setup. $207 for first in this one. Probably going to be about 500 if you were to win. 400, 500. Also, right, it's 421. How can the power possibly go off now then? I'm only going to be comfortable when it goes after like 5:30 or whatever, you know, when the electrician probably is going to disappear. I think we can do either thing here. Like, a lot of this does block their flush range, but I also wouldn't really want to get raised with queens specifically here, so we'll go for the check back. I feel like this doesn't actually make that much sense. Like, a lot of their range of hearts is probably gonna want to bet bigger, to be honest. I feel like they've just got like a one heart combination. So I think we go for it. Again, am I value earning myself? Potentially. Just really feel as though water cooler. God, we're rivering people today. That's what we like to see. Do we just jam? Fold around to me, I think we just jam over these two as well. Fold. Oh. Why is that a hand? That has happened. Oh yes, just gonna call the jam with 10-6 offsuit and just bink a full house on the flop. Yes, good. That is some next level board reads, isn't it, team? That one. I can't imagine calling off 10-6 offsuit to be good, even for like whatever big blinds they had. What did he have? Like 8 big blinds or something? Can't imagine that being very profitable long term, but you know, good for the game. Good for the game. We need that to happen. I think we just rip this, especially when they're raising under the gun off this small stack. Don't do a 9. This is such a big fucking pot. Nice. It's such a big pot. At this stage, it's going to propel us into a really good spot. A very good spot when we win the pot. Should be an MC, me. It hasn't updated where we are yet, but I reckon we're in a very good position. Like, we're not going to call this 7 to win. God, I guess actually pretty close. I think King 9's not going to be very good to call off with though. Yeah, we're in 6th now, team, in this one. If we can get a good thing going on in this one, then you know, get a nice 1.1k score. I think this is gonna be, you know, a bit bigger bet. I don't think I have to go fully half. Go just under half versus their specific stack size. Just a reminder, YouTube people, if you are watching over on the YouTube, please do drop a like on my stream if you are enjoying it. Helps me out. And if you've got Twitch or Kick accounts, I've got links in the description. Please do follow me on there if you can. I am now, it looks as though we're still 9 off my goal of 50 followers on Twitch. We are 15 people off, it looks like, on Kick. But that might differ quite drastically, the Kick one, because a lot of those bots do follow you and then randomly like unfollow you at certain points as well. So I can't really get the best gauge of who's who, what's what when it comes to Kick. So probably need another 20 over on Kick, really. God, I realize I haven't even got Discord open today. I need to get Discord open. King 4, like, I would like to raise this, but I just feel like, what size do I even raise it to here? So I guess we just have to come along and see. Yeah, I just really don't get what size. I mean, probably need to look at my 3-bet non-all-ins with bluffy hands like King 4. Do I continue? I just don't think so. I just don't feel like that's the best. Alright, we've picked up the J Dizzlers, the J Dizzle Dizzles. We are getting 3-bet, but we are getting 3-bet by this is the one that covers us, so I think we do just go for the rip here with jacks. And they just have kings, cool stuff. 9. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? I'm not sure how much we won from that. We did knock out quite a considerable chunk of people, but yeah, it just sucks, doesn't it? Just can't seem to dodge those like last, you know, like what else do you do? Do you flat then fold on the flop? Potentially. Flat call one, get barreled at, potentially call another one. I don't know. Just one of them spots, I think, isn't it? 35 bigs. Like, yes, their range is going to be a bit tighter raising against under the gun, but they do cover, so they should have a lot of like playable 3-bets that they want to go post flop with. Stuff like King Jack suited, Queen 10 suited, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, Jack. Yeah, they have kings there sometimes. They also have aces there sometimes. But they're also going to have ace king, ace queen, ace jack sometimes, even though we do block it quite heavily. But that is still something that can happen. So yeah, just, you know, unfortunate, I think. You know, ace queen, ace king, all still gonna call me as well in their range there. Yeah, we just have to find the kings to jam into, don't we? Just have to find that one. You know what, I'm actually going to experiment with a smaller bet here. So we checked this back, they led the turn, but then they've just stopped. So I kind of want to bet small and see if we get called by an 8 or something. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I feel like I just bet here so often bigger and get fold that why don't we try a little milker? Would have been a grim spot if they followed through though. Under the gun versus the button. Start off with a check, hoping to either check call, check raise. L'illusion. Thank you very, very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You are helping me on my way. That's 8 people left. I appreciate everyone that has followed me so far. And thank you very much. I hope I'm pronouncing the screen name correctly. L'illusion. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. But again, thank you very, very much. Mr. Magic Kalelo, thank you as well very, very much for the subscription on YouTube. Appreciate it. What a nice little flurry of magical sounds that's just come in. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Do we raise this? I guess we raise. I'm gonna have the most. God, it's 4 big blinds though. Like, I don't actually know what. If I call, it's always gonna be an overcard. If I raise, they're gonna jam over pairs, which sucks. I think I'm just gonna fold. I think I'm just gonna fold. It's such a weird thing to bet 4 big blinds into 2 people this short. Every option that I've got seems disgusting. Like, I'd only see that size, like, I feel like I'd only see that size from like an overpair, like 9s plus. Now this is even weirder. But then, like, if I call and the queen comes and I keep getting barreled, I just have to fold. I just feel like it's definitely I definitely feel like a nit. Just so you know, like, I'm not impressed with myself for folding there. I definitely do feel like an ultra nit, but I don't really like any of the other options. So I guess we fold if that's the case. I think this is just has to be a call. 2 bounties, that's bigger than starting bounty. I just cannot imagine folding for 6.3 bigs. Let's bink a jack. 3. Do I get their bounty? No, I don't even get anything from that. I just can't imagine folding Jack 3 suited there though. For that. What did he say that? What's that joke? Cowboy time, is it? This is the cowboy hand. This is the original Cowboys. I think we just rip and get called by. You know, we are running very, very bad this past month. So rip and get called by jacks, I guess. I mean, I feel like they've probably got like ace jack offsuit and they don't know what to do. Honestly, if it was a flip that they folded, I'm very happy because, yeah, all you new followers and subscribers, the past month of the series has been atrocious, absolutely atrocious, variance-wise for us. Every big spot where I've been ahead, I think pretty much all of them I've lost. God blimey, I don't actually know. So we're in 19th. We've just been squeeze jammed for 35 big blinds. 43 are paid. I'm just gonna fold, team. I'm just gonna fold. I'm gonna fold, preserve my chips. Yes, I might be overfolding. I do not care. Like, ace queen suited loves getting in for 40 bigs. It loves it. But that was early position. A flat by the one after them, and then a 35 big blind squeeze jam at this stage. What do you reckon the worst thing they would do that with would be? The worst hand they would do that with? 9s? 8s? 8 seems pretty excessive. It could be. And honestly, I don't really care for a flip at this stage when we could just, you know, a bit more or try and happily cruise through. Ace queens. I mean, even ace queen suited, if they had that, which obviously is, you know, pretty unlikely because we blocked it as well. This is interesting. Do I actually have much of this in my range at this stage when I'm flatting? I probably still do. I'm gonna have some set. Am I gonna have sets of these things right now? I'm gonna have like 5-4. 6-7. I do expect to get jammed on here quite a lot, but we also do just generate a fold, which is nice. I think over here, just due to it being a bounty, I mean, it's not going to be that appealing for them to actually call, so I guess we do just flat this one. I think because starting stack is 50k, now that I've got like double starting stack, if I was to jam, they're only going to call with like, you know, relatively decent stuff that we might have a struggle against a bit. I mean, I don't really want to get jammed on here, but I also, oh my god, kings versus ace jack. I've just, oh, they just hit jack jack ace. Cool, that's a nice run out, isn't it? Versus kings, jack jack ace. Probably check back once then. And then call if they're starting to barrel at us. And then hopefully they've got a 10 that they can't fold or something. What even makes sense here, though? Yeah, I just don't know what even makes sense to bet there, to be honest. It's definitely a little weird node. Just so you're aware, everyone, as well, especially you newbies here, if you are poker players and you are interested in stepping your game up a bit or getting back to whatever, exclamation point staking will send you straight to the application for standard backing. That's who I'm backed by. I couldn't recommend them enough, to be honest. Also, if you are a grinder of online poker tournaments, I just lost Queen Jack versus Jack 9 in a 3-way pot. They rivered a straight. Luckily for not that many big blinds, but still. Yeah, but if you are a tournament grinder or cash game grinder or whatever, and you do want a discount for Giro Gin, I use them to tile my tables. I don't use them for anything else. They have cool overlays and shit, but I don't really like them, to be honest. They're I don't know. They just make my tables just a bit too messy, and I'm not very good with change, so I don't really want to change it. Whatever works for me already. But I can definitely see the value of having like geometric sizes and stuff as a bet thing, but I just don't personally like them really. So this worked out pretty well. I didn't realize they were going to squeeze 36 bigs. Can we hold? Oh my god, how many all-ins can a person possibly lose in a month? It's gone over a month now. Oh no, it's still within a month. How many? I mean, again, luckily it's not like a crucial stage of a tournament. We've still got 65 big blinds, but we're just really just not winning any of the things. But we keep going. It's all we can do. So I made the flat with ace 10. Reason why I'm flatting with ace 10 is I still want to play ace 10. They're going to be pretty tight though, so it's not like I'm going to be slam dunk ripping it all in here. Pretty happy with. God, do I actually call? So they check, and I mean, I've just got too much going on with my top pair. I've got an open ender with my top pair, so I don't really see how I can fold. You just turned 2 pair, mate. I mean, I just don't know how I fold there, though. Top pair and an open ender. Let me know. Are you folding there? I just don't think I can. What? God, I can just feel it already. What on earth, man? I mean, we just have to get it in with queens anyway, but what on earth is this? It just, that makes 0 sense in a bounty. But it's just going to be aces, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Oh, they've just got aces, have they? Cool. Spade. Well, GG's, it's running that one gone. It's just, you know, I am on a bad run of variants and it feels never ending at the moment. I've had the worst month I've ever had playing poker, but I also do have to realise that I am playing throughout the entire month. I've played much higher variants. Much higher variance games than I normally would. So I'm really good at losing these as well, by the way. So you ready? Oh, yes. Like, that is such a win. Like, the way I've been running in those sorts of spots, like, that is an unbelievable win for me. Yeah, God. But yeah, as I say, I never came into the month expecting to, you know, like, absolutely smash it. I don't actually know if I want to flat here with Queen Jack at this stage. I guess it's like I don't really want to jam it or anything. But yeah, I'm coming into a month as a micro, low, and, you know, slightly mid-stakes grinder. When you come into a series, you know, like, there is a big argument for just not playing a series and keeping your variance lower and just grinding away. But they're always just so appealing, aren't they? The big prize pools and that. And it's like, you know, you just get one of those lucky runs and you bink 10 grand, 12 grand, 20 grand or whatever. Like, sorts you out, doesn't it? But on the other end of the scale, like me personally, down about 4.5k, maybe a bit more in the month, which is the lowest I've ever been in, like, makeup to with standard backing. But yeah, not much you can do about it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm glad that it's not my own cash. But I do have to make that back, which is, you know, also something to consider. I do have to make that back, but, you know, it only takes a couple of tournament wins and just some better variants on my side. Yeah, as I say, just it has just the entire month just been a pretty horrendous variance situation. But when we move back next week, so next week, everyone, as well, just so you know, tomorrow is going to be the last day that I play, sort of like late on during the week. Sunday is going to be the same as it always is, though, starting at 12:30 UK time. and grinding until whenever. But then we're just going to go back to Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays during the week. And I normally register from 12:30 p.m. until about 4 p.m. and then we just play those games out. So that's what the schedule will go back to next week. But yeah, I mean, we can still be grinding pretty late on if I am playing during the week, because, you know, I play stuff like the Eliminator, which I don't know how long it goes during the week. If anyone actually knows roughly how late during the week the Eliminator goes on for, I expect it to be something like 1 AM max, but I doubt it's even going to be anything that late, to be honest, on a weekday. But yeah, in half an hour there's going to be the $33 Super Tuesday 125k guarantee. We're not going to register it straight away because it starts at 166 big blinds, and I'd prefer to register at like 60. So we're not going to register it straight away. But I am just getting myself into a few more vanillas on Poker King, because they are pretty good value, you know. Like, as much as I complain about Poker King and me thinking that I'm playing against bots all the time, they do have some decent games going. Like, I've just joined a $6.60, which is 3k guarantee, which is pretty good for a $6.60. Just joined a 1650 vanilla as well, which is 10k guarantee. So, you know, like, we do get some reasonable ones. I mean, there's even a, I'm even going to be able to join a bit later on. There's a $33 vanilla 20k guarantee. Do have a few things to get stuck into. It should be all in, I reckon, with pocket nines here. I really don't want them to open though. That's the only position I wouldn't want to open, because then it makes me feel a bit weird. Pocket nines, do we just want to open, or do we just jam? I think we can do either with pocket nines, to be honest. So I don't actually cover them now, so ace 10's probably just going to get chucked in the bin. It's going to be rubbish to jam that against a stack size like that. The reason why is just because they should be pretty damn tight right now. Again, also everyone, I am anticipating an electrician turning the power off. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I've been told at 12:30 today, which was 4.5 hours ago, that it was happening soon. It didn't happen, so I started playing. I was then told about, what time was it everyone, like 3 or 2 or 3 or something, that it was happening that moment, and it didn't. So there is a chance still. There is a chance that the power will just go off. So if it does go off, please do find me again. I will be back up in like 10 minutes after that happens or so. But yeah, really hoping it just doesn't happen now, but you know, who knows? Who knows? Well, unless someone jams, we're going to be coming along with Jack 10 offsuit for this bounty. Now, how do we feel with this? I mean, how do I fold just yet? Really? How do I actually fold just yet? It's not great because I'm not really thrilled if another diamond rolls off. So I do hope that it checks through. Check it. I just don't think I can call, really. What a snide little fucker. Again, with 9s, I think we can do either. I think in a bounty, though, like, maybe lean a bit more towards just jamming stuff. Because they are, you know, supposed to call. But I don't know at this stage. Maybe we want to induce more with that. This is a pretty interesting spot if they fold to us, but they should just open jam quite a lot of stuff, really. Yeah, so if it folds to us, it's pretty weird, because it's just because if I do get called here, we're not in good shape, but we do have quite a substantial amount of fold equity, I think, especially with our bounty just being lowest bounty. So I think those things added together probably makes a jam. It's like, at the end of the day, for my bounty, which is the starting bounty, they really are gonna have to have a tight range to call me with. Do we want to open King 9? Do we just open rip King 9? It looks like we've just cashed in this $16.50, everyone. It looks like. So I think we've locked up at least $26, which is a $10 profit. We've only bought into that one once. So it's nice to start it off with. So I believe this is going to be quite a polarized range anyway. So we're either going to get snapped off by something super strong, or we're just going to get a fold. It's just one of them kind of lame spots, because it's either a fold or we're going to run into something that actually is not going to be that fun to be against either. Me just sat there with queen saying that I'm going to be unhappy if I get called in that spot, but you've got to really take into account what that spot means. Like, they either open and fold just some, you know, crap, or they have it and they'll just snap you with like ace king, probably like 10s plus or so, I don't know, 9s plus, 8s plus at that stage. Do you think we get away with opening king 9 here? I think potentially. Like, we do block some king x combinations, which is, you know, handy. We can easily fold if someone raises us. Oh, Poker King, you have the best timing, don't you, to do that bloody disconnection thing. We can fold. So this is checked all the way around. Guess I just go for a big bet. I'm not really scared of anything. It's gonna look like I'm bluffing quite heavily. Going for the big bet. We did win a massive pot against this player. We were multi-way. How do I even call? Like, this hand is so bad. I don't even know how I call, to be honest. And they fold as well. It's outrageous. What a weird spot. But yeah, we had like king 6 of clubs or something. There was 2 clubs on the board. It out of position in the big blind, led. They raised, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna rip this in. And we got called by kings, but binked. we binked the club on the turn, which was pretty handy for us. So I do feel maybe something's going my way. Maybe. It's pretty horrible, but I just don't really see how I fold tens. I guess we're just hoping that we're flipping, to be honest, aren't we? It's just one of them spots, I think. Wish me luck. How do they have something? Oh my god. Oh, please hold it. What a weird spot to be in. Well, I'm very, very pleased. Flatting kings on the small blind really does just want to set you up though, doesn't it? I can't believe that was the spot as well. It's absolutely horrendous. Just to have pocket tens there and then flatting kings. It's pretty sick. But you know what? They are the moments that I've just been losing all month. Those moments. I mean, you know, fair enough when I get trapped by kings to lose there with tens, but you know, if you have seen anything about this past month, if I had kings there, I'd have been in the other way around situation. Well, this is quite hilarious. I think, so this is checked all the way through. Now I think I just, like, bet quite large. That's one bounty to me. We are one off the money in the $16.50, by the way, on Party Poker, the Bounty Hunter. You know what? It's not as big betty, I don't think, that board. We're going to have to check this one quite considerably. This entire board of high hearts, like, just gets rid of so many flushes that I can have. And they lead on this, which is really interesting. That just seems ultra strong to me. Thanks, Jack. I needed the extra boost to get that 10. To be honest though, like, I'd like to see what a solver would say to flatten kings there in their spot. Just because, like, you gotta think, I'm opening off what, 20 bigs at this stage of the tournament. Like, yes, I'm gonna have some steals and stuff, but like a lot of stuff, like if you raise, I'm just gonna rip it in anyway as well. So I just don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. I think when we're this deep and I've got an I think I've got a range advantage. I mean, they should have some of this stuff as well. We are going to bet when we've got some equity here. This deep, I think we're absolutely fine. I can then just check back now as well. And we're going to bink a... what does it feel like? It feels either 3 or a 9 of spades. Oh, it's not. So I don't think I get to a king to fold here, really. We can have some showdown value against like queen jack and stuff. They have ace jack offsuit. Well, this is my spot. This might be my time to die. I think we just jam. We get called by any king here, I think. It's a bit too precarious to call along, I think, with bottom 2. That could easily get counterfeited. Oh golly, team, it's putting us in some spots. So this was multi-way. We checked back. They then led the turn. I just don't know whether... I think I'm just gonna call. I just don't think I get called by worse if I jam. King 10. Do you think they call me if I jam there? I don't know. I don't really know. Always when I have trash and I make it 5.5, I just get ripped on for like 40 bigs. But whenever I actually have got the hand that I want to just rip into, they never do they? Alright, whatever that means. Well, I'm happy they're flatting now, whatever they're going to trap me with. I was hoping one of these was gonna like then potentially squeeze jam. I mean, they could still squeeze jam. That's absolutely the right thing that we wanted to happen. Let's hold this one. Come on. Nice. We took it down pre-flop with ace-9 offsuit as well, by the way, if you just wanted to know. There, we just got another one through with king-jack suited. Yeah, chipping up really nicely. Unfortunately, I can't look at the lobby or anything because of my Poker King issue that I've got at the moment. But what is the pay jump? $29, 25th we get $32. It doesn't really matter that much really at this moment in time. So we're under the gun. We get called by the button. I just don't think we bet here. I think we just have to go into check call mode. And a bit dicier, isn't it? They just have loads of 6x and we don't really. They're not really like going nuts with it though either, are they? So it's not like this is going to set up a river jam either all that easily. Ace eights. We've cashed over here as well in this $16.50. So we are just gonna sit and hope and wait. Check raising this board because they're betting it small when they probably should bet it big. It's pretty disgusting. It's probably just going to be an overpair of some kind. But yeah, we went for the check raise. Like if they call, we still have some equity of hitting a jack or a queen. We do have a range advantage here, so I think when they're jamming over the top, it's just going to be like, you know, what, 10s plus at least. So it's going to be an overpair that wants to run it, more than likely. Which is weird though, because like they should, unless it's a set, it could be a set actually. That's very true. So yeah, this spot is going to look a bit weird, but this is just a jam. We're basically, because their starting stack is 5k and they've got less than that, like I think it just plays as a jam. It's kind of like if they had 20 bigs, like if you think about it, like I feel like it's like the range. If they had 20 big blinds, you'd just do the same thing. So just think of it as like a 20 big blind range or something. Oh, a classic limp jam. Let's fold. Well done. I actually folded sixes here against this stack because this stack has like no incentive to be bluffing or anything. So I'm surprised they're not in the mix here. It's really surprised me. I mean, they do cover them, so maybe they open a little bit wide still, but they have these two to get through. We just lost in the $22 mystery bounty. I had pocket sevens for like 8 big blinds or something. We jammed, got called by ace jack, and they hit a jack on the river. I mean, that was pretty sad. I did have sixes there, so I would have binked a set, but I just felt like that person's range shouldn't be super loosey-goosey, really, but I think he got an absolute mega pot. So it puts us in a pretty gross spot, to be honest. Like, we don't really have to bet all that big. I mean, we have got big stacks, but we don't have to bet all that big at this stage now. Like 2.5 I think is fine. So I know I had some showdown value with the ace high, but I'm just trying to think like in spots how I would play the nuts or whatever. I just feel like I would check and then try and bet small, and they're gonna have lots of automatic folds. So A7, not going to be 1, 2, 3 bet against a shorter stack like S the P. This is going to have to be really strong, you'd think, to be 3 betting against another short stack like that. You would guess, wouldn't you? Can't imagine them not doing anything apart from ripping, to be honest. I mean, ace queen offsuit wants to call there sometimes, doesn't it? Wow, they fold. Wow, they've got some raise folds there. Alright, wish me luck with the J Nizzles. I mean, I couldn't really imagine a better flop apart from like Jack, 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 Jack or something. That is the flop you want to see in it, really. How the actual fuck do you have 9-8 offsuit? How the fuck do you have 9-8 offsuit from under the gun? How the fuck do you have 9-8 offsuit there? Give me a break. $20 we won from that. What on earth goes on? Oh, just open 9-8 offsuit under a gun when I'm covered by a few people as well. Unbelievable. Well, it's deceptive. I'm never putting them on that hand, so 1,000 points to you for deception. What on earth, man? What on earth? We have seen some stuff, haven't we, this month? We really, really have seen some stuff. $20 though. I think I might have only bought into that one once, so that's reasonable. I feel like most things I'm going to be limping against this player. This is a really nice limp call though, of course. Interesting. So I guess we check raise this one. The rule of check raising is go quite a bit bigger when it's a... Are you out of your mind? Bear with. It's gonna happen if I get a heads up, isn't it? It's gonna happen like a million times or something. Bear with me, team. Let me just try and find that game again. There we are. Apologies. Nice, we got the check raise through, which is really good. Really nice when you do get the check raise through. I'm not sure what we do though if they like come over the top. We probably just have to fold because they're going to be higher up their range or something. But it feels, again, also feels pretty gross too. But yeah, as I say, luckily with Poker King, when we're in that specific spot and the action's on us and it knocks us out, it doesn't, like, I don't know why it doesn't, but luckily it just doesn't make us automatically fold, which is really handy when the site does that to us. So at this stack depth, we don't lead as much. Normally when you get a little bit shorter, I don't really know the mechanic as to why. Probably just because their range is going to include a bit more stuff that would potentially connect, I guess. I think we could check call or check raise in that spot. I think maybe I'd want stronger flushes to check raise with. I mean, it's half pot. I can't really go anywhere. What are these bets? What are these sizings? Milking sizings. Brave ripping in Queen Jack offsuit there. Good thing I wasn't trapping, wasn't it? Bloody hell. Kind of feel like this is getting to like the bottom of my defending versus under a gun right now. It's so brutal, man. It's so brutal. It's just so harsh, isn't it? Snap off 50 bets. Jack's better for me. In general, better for me, I think. Actually, no, when I'm out of position, is it better for me? I guess they're a bit more equal. They shouldn't really, from the hijack, have King Jack offsuit or Queen Jack offsuit here. Same sort of thing though applies. I think if I had a lot of Jack X here, I probably would just check. That kind of sucks because I think they've got quite a bit like King Queen. I mean, I've got 8 King Jack a lot as well. God, it's definitely a weird one. I guess we just have to jam it, I think. Well, that's a bad combination to be against Ace Queen. I mean, I'd play King Jack like that. I'd play Ace Jack like that. I'd probably play 10s like that. But then maybe I just have to give up 9s there if I've got loads of other hands. I mean, this person, I'm doing this in position against them just because this person called a large 3-bet on the a large check raise on the flop with like a gut shot and a just it was way too much for them to call with what they called with. So I think they're a bit more splashy. Getting the impression. So I just thought they would call with like, I don't know, a 10 or something there. This is a limped pot, by the way. They led for 1 big blind. Somebody else over here was in the mix. They folded. They raised it to like 3 big blinds. I called. I'm still going to call here as well. Or do I just rip it in now? I feel like if I rip it in, I just get it in against ace high, which I guess ace, which I guess I'm doing all right against. That's an interesting one. If I did jam there, do you think they're calling off ace-7 for all their tournament life? Who knows? It's a limped pot. Freaking anything can happen. Right, team, I'll be back very shortly. Just gonna fill up my drink and that. See you very soon.